Thank you very much, Mr. Khandaram Narendra. Good afternoon, my fellow Toastmasters. Welcome to the D57, first D57 Hybrid International Speech Contest. I would like to thank all the dignitaries who are here this afternoon for their service to District 57 and to Toastmasters. We are all glad that you are here. We appreciate your presence and your participation to make this event successful. My fellow Toastmasters, speech contests are an important part of the International Toastmasters educational program. Speech contests provide an opportunity for Toastmasters to gain speaking experience, as well as an opportunity for other Toastmasters to learn observing and hearing them. The contest Toastmaster will describe the proceedings before the contest take the stage. Contestants take the stage. Please, all of us, please join me in welcoming the International Speech Contest Toastmaster, Kate Mills.
Good afternoon, each and every one of you, and thank you for attending the International Speech Contest. Whether you're starting out on your journey or you're a long-term Toastmaster, there's inspiration to be had at speech contests. Yeah? Yeah. So all of our international contestants have been vetted from club to area to division, and they've changed mindsets and encouraged opportunities along the way. Our contest officials have worked months for just one purpose, and that's to make sure that our contestants are ensured a very fair, smooth contest according to Toastmasters protocols. For us, that is over 100 clubs, 23 areas, 6 divisions, and they have been working very hard. Raise your hand if you've participated in any level, helping in any club, area, division contest. Look at this. Let's applause. How many applause? Before we begin the contest, let's check in with our Chief Judge, Hans Thoma. Chief Judge, have all contestants, judges, timers, and ballot counters been briefed, and are they ready? Thank you. So let's begin with an overview of the hybrid international speech contest procedures for the benefit of our guests and our new members. In-person contests will take their place at the podium and remain silent. Online contestants will turn on their microphones. You know what? I need it. All right. They'll remain silent. I will then start the process by asking contestant number 1, can you hear and see the timer? Once they respond yes, I can hear you and see the timer, I will then introduce them. To eliminate any perception of bias, I'll introduce the contestant by giving their name, their speech title, and then their name. Upon completion of their speech, the in-person contestants will return to their seats, and the online contestants will turn off their videos and their microphones. I think we got that one, right? Okay, there will be 1 minute of silence after each contestant for the judges to mark their ballots. As a reminder, please, we must have absolute silence so the judges can mark their and score their sheet and ballot. During this time, the next contestant will be called to the stage. This process will be repeated until all the contestants have given their speeches. And after the final contestant, I will ask for unlimited silence until the judges are finished ranking. Okay. After the final contestant, I'll ask for unlimited silence until the judges are finished ranking the contestants and the counters have collected all the ballots. Please do not interpret this longer period of silence as a break. I know it's tempting to do that, but this isn't, we're not at home in our Zoom meeting anymore. We can't just turn it off. So we need absolute silence to give them, it speeds up the process when judges have their quiet time. Once notified that all the ballots have been collected, then I'll begin the interviewing the contestants. The speaking order for the first District 57 Hybrid International Speech Contest have been chosen randomly, and I will announce the order now. Contestant number 1, Philip Jackson. Philip Jackson, contestant number 1. Contestant number 2, Lucy Chen. Lucy Chen, contestant number 2. Contestant number 3, John Wolheim. John Wolheim, contestant number 3. Contestant number 4, Larry Miller. Larry Miller, contestant number 4. Contestant number 5, Tim Rufo. Tim Rufo, contestant number 5. Contestant number 6, Evelyn Lee. Evelyn Lee, contestant number 6. Not yet.
Yeah, we need to turn off this projector. So according to Toastmasters International, so that background should be black. So we try to find the technical support guide and turn it off.
The other thing that we can do is shift and use that wall as the background.
It's not a good idea.
Look at the tape.
So we need to wait. I try to find that technical guy, Michael, nowhere to find him.
Can you take that background?
Go down, this projection. Yeah, this projection, yeah. There's a control room at the back. It's locked. Still where to put it. Michael. You are the hero now. Yeah. The room of every building. So we cannot have this something like.
Just for now. So there's one online content and it will come back up.
No.
We have one online. Yeah.
So online one will be recorded through the Zoom.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
The judges in the room will be able to see that.
That one we need to bring it back. In person one will be recording through the iPhone. The background is like that. Yep. I'll ask you to pay you guys. That one. Online one. What's that order?
The online one is speaker number 2.
Yeah. So you can wait. Okay. So,
Well, it's now time to begin the contest. Let's have a round of applause. If you're ready to have the information, each contestant do what they do best, and that is take us there. Contestant number 1.
sorry. I still need to adjust the camera. So now I'm going to bring it back. Otherwise, the people on the remote cannot see it clearly.
Right.
So can you power it back? So let me adjust the camera and then power it off.
Let's just stay there.
Where do you want the camera? We want this camera to be in the center. Then you adjust it accordingly. Otherwise, I cannot see it. Okay. Right.
Online right now, we have an empty stage.
Can you see it clearly?
Yes, but we have an empty stage at the moment, so
Good.
Good, right there.
No, it's
No,
not
because
good,
remote
it's
people
not
still
good.
need to see it.
Needs to be lower.
Remote people still need to see the people.
So we can check this online and be able to see.
Can we just get that photo background in the
no,
other
background.
room and just roll it over here?
Okay.
Is it possible?
No, that's, yes.
That's good.
Is that good enough?
David, we hit some of the stand up, there's something else.
Yeah. Borrow, our. You go to the stage. Okay, wait a second, so,
Lower it.
yeah. I think this good?
Can you zoom in?
No,
Yeah.
well.
I guess this,
Forward.
there's too much. Yeah,
Now better, let's see, huh? If we do it this way,
someone needs to grow with it. There you go, look at it.
now this is not gonna be the whole, not the full body though.
A little bit.
The phone is the one you're mailing in.
Yeah,
Your feet are cut off. That's
Okay.
better.
that should be good.
Just
That's
saying,
better.
I hope the other speakers are taller because. There's a lot of.
Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, the phone is good, yeah.
So, yeah, on the virtual, they're not.
They can, even if we turn off, they can still see it.
They were saying that.
They can. They can. Okay, then turn it off, yeah.
Contestant number one, please come to the stage.
That's good. So we're gonna see the real person,
Okay. It's a real person.
the real person. It's okay? Can you say something?
Testing. Testing.
Philip Jackson, Serendipity, Finding Joy in Unexpected Places. Finding Joy in Unexpected Places. Philip Jackson,
Wait.
Unexpected Moments. Unexpected Moments. Sorry about that.
Again,
Finding Joy in Unexpected Moments. Fix the timer.
Yes, I can see that.
Philip Jackson, Serendipity, Finding Joy in Unexpected Moments. Finding Joy in Unexpected Moments, Philip Jackson. Thank you.
Chair. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests. Serendipity. Defined as the occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. Serendipity is that event you didn't want to go to where you ended up meeting one of your best friends. It's that activity you did for the first time that you had no idea would be so much fun. All of us can recall events and activities that were fun, pleasurable, and exciting in ways we never expected. Say it after me. Serendipity.
Serendipity. Serendipity.
We love those moments and wish we had more of them. But it's the word chance in the definition that would appear to make the pursuit of serendipity elusive. But what if there were a way we can increase our chances of experiencing serendipity more? Come journey with me 9 years ago. I may have an answer in this story. I woke up Friday morning anxious. I felt weighed down by concerns besides work. I considered taking the day off, but I said no. As a personal trainer, my clients need their workout before the weekend and their therapy session. So I went to work, finished, left my gym, and began a sprint walk toward the Transbay bus terminal in downtown San Francisco. It was a hot summer day. So when I got to the terminal, I decided to wait across the street at the Starbucks. From there, I could see my bus come every 25 minutes. It would park for 5 minutes and then leave. So I waited, saw my bus pull in, and as I was gathering my Kindle I had been reading, I see this shadowy figure in my peripheral vision. I look up, a young lady is standing about this close to me, smiling. So I do what I normally do, I smile back. Then with praying hands, she says, "Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry to bother you, but do you have an Android charger?" Now, I don't know why at the time I thought I was the only one with an Android phone, apparently not. So I was shocked when she asked me for an Android charger because I had one on me. But I also had things to do at home. I glanced over at the bus I needed to catch, and I saw the driver making his way towards it. Then I looked back at the young lady, whose eyes by now were pleading with me. "Please, pretty please." She won. I gave her my charger reluctantly. She leaped out of her body to thank me, and she walked away. So I missed that first bus. But I felt certain she'd be done before the next one came. 10 minutes goes by. I'm already getting impatient. 20 minutes goes by. Okay, now I'm getting real impatient. 5 minutes later, the second bus I need to catch pulls in. I said, that's it. I'm getting my charger. So I followed the path she took way on the other side from where I was at this big Starbucks. I get over there, I see her talking by video on the phone. She's smiling, laughing, gesturing with her hands, looking all happy and excited. With my charger inside her phone. Couldn't do it. I watched the second bus leave. Where was Harold to pull out when I needed him? I'll go back to my table, pull out my Kindle, and I start to read a book. No, it wasn't on how to reduce anxiety, but a calm. Time goes by, and the third bus I'm supposed to catch pulls. But by this time, my blood pressure had dropped to normal. And so I was resigned to just let her use my charger till she was done. At the moment, the third bus is pulling out the terminal. I see the young lady coming towards me, smiling ear to ear, eyes beaming like the rays of the sun. She walks up, hands me my charger, and she's this ball of excitement. "Sir, thank you so much. I forgot to charge my phone, and I had my third interview of a job I wanted so bad, and I got it." Time stopped for me in that moment. Her joy became my joy. She was riding on eagle's wings, and I was a passenger. And let me tell you, it was one of the greatest joy rides of my life. By the time I finally caught my fourth bus, I was at Starbucks, 5 minutes short of 2 hours, and it was all good. I get home, walk in my door, and I ask myself, what did I have to do again? To this day, 9 years later, I still don't know. What I do know is I woke up, went to work with my life in fifth gear, and by the time I returned home, it had shifted to park. Serendipity will always be a chance event. But what I learned that day and since then is you and I can experience it more if we slow down and be prepared to sacrifice for others in unexpected moments. Back to Toastmaster.
We have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots.
Give me that one.
Timer, could you show the card?
Okay, maybe can come here to announce people, other people cannot see you from there. Michael. There we go.
Lucy Chen, can you hear me and see the timer? Contestant number 1. 2.
Yes, I can, but can someone help me to lift the video? It says you can't start your video because the host has stopped you. Okay, all right. Can you see me now?
No.
Wait a second, let me-
Can you see me now?
Online, we can see you, but here we go.
Okay, let me know once I can begin.
Lucy Chen, from why me to watch me? From why me to watch me? Lucy Chen.
Fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, have you ever found yourself asking, why me in the face of life's challenges? I have had many why me moments in my life. I've come to realize that dwelling on why me only leads to a dead end of dissatisfaction towards life and complaints. Therefore, I have adopted a new mantra. Watch me. I wasn't the strongest kid growing up. I struggled with severe allergies, food allergies, skin allergies, and battled with chronic nose infections and coped with low blood sugar problems throughout my childhood. In my memory, I was constantly visiting the doctor's office on medications, Chinese medicines, Western medicines, and needles, scary needles. In my teenage years, I developed a new symptom or diagnosis, premature heartbeat. My heart could raise up to over 100 to 120 beats per minute for hours, even though I sat still. Why me? Why am I this unfortunate? I asked. My mother smiled. Oh, my daughter, you're perfectly fine. You will grow out of it. Under her guidance, I learned the power of self-care, proactive self-care, including regular exercise, 8 hours sleep, healthy food. Also, I had imperfect teeth due to the effect of tetracycline antibiotics. It is the most commonly used medicine in the 1970s in China, were the only available medicine at that time, leaving permanent mark on my teeth. Why me? Why am I this ugly? I asked. My father said, oh, my daughter, you are not ugly, you're pretty. Also, your worth and value go far beyond your appearance. With his encouragement, I developed new interests reading, writing, singing, drawing, playing ping pong. Later on in my life, relationships, disappointments rose. On our first Valentine's Day after marriage, I would expect that my husband would bring me home beautiful, fresh flowers. But he ordered dry flowers. Who would order dry flowers on Valentine's Day? Oh, why me? Why am I deserving this kind of treatment? After seeing my upset face, my husband rushed out, went to the store, bring me beautiful flowers. I was still mad at him when my father called. I complained, vented my anger. Oh, look at him, dry flowers. He's so not romantic. I would expect my father take my side, but he surprised me. He said, oh, my daughter, your husband, he tried hard. Be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful. I realized my husband, was not raised in a culture that taught him to be romantic with flowers. But he truly cared about me. After seeing my unhappy face, he made it up. He realized his mistake. He visited 3 stores to bring me home red roses, fresh ones. Through these events, I have learned valuable life lessons that help me to shape the way that I approach life. I have become more mature, more grateful, and more resilient. Embrace optimism. Embrace continuously learning. Take control in life and practice gratitude. My friends, you may want to ask, Lucy, do you still have tetracycline teeth? Yes, I still do. Do you still have heart problems? Yes, I still do. Do you still have dry flowers? Not anymore. My husband has learned his lesson. Oh, but how about why me? Why me moments? Rarely. It's more like, watch me. I have transformed why me to watch me. Watch me soak up life's goodness and love. Watch me read more books. Watch me stop complaining. Watch me sign up for Toastmasters speech. Watch me earn my distinguished Toastmasters title. Watch me practice Taekwondo. Watch me earn my black belt. Watch me write a book. Watch me publish a book. Dear friends, watch me buy flowers for my husband, fresh ones. You might be facing life's challenges right now. It doesn't matter what kind. I urge you to remember 3 principles that helped me overcome life's challenges and obstacles. Number 1, embrace positivity. Make small changes and you can gain control. Number 2, continuously develop yourself. Develop new interests. Sign up for Toastmasters speech contest. Number 3, practice gratitude. Really hug your loved one. Write a gratitude letter. Cherish the precious moment. Through these principles, not only you will weather life's storms, but also emerge stronger and more resilient.
So need to turn off. Lucy, could you please turn off your video completely, or is that?
I have
intentional?
done. I did it once. I done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Toastmaster over tech.
Back over here.
We'll have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark ballots. Thank you. Contestant number 3, please come to the stage. Can you see the timer?
I can see the timer.
John Wolheim, Ripples of Respect. Ripples of Respect, John Wolheim.
Join me for a walk. As our journey begins together, we find that our path winds through an ancient forest. We are surrounded by ageless pines and infinite oaks. Traveling further, we find that our path leads us to the lake. As we stand on the shore of this lake together, we see that its unbroken glass-like surface flawlessly reflects the mountains and sky beyond. We also find, as we stand here, that in our hand we hold a bucket. I look into your bucket, you look into mine, and we find this filled with stones. In fact, there is a stone in each of our buckets for every second that remains in our lives. We don't know how many stones there are in buckets. You may have millions. I may have hundreds. But what we do know is that with each moment, as it passes, when we reach that moment, we find that moment's stone. We take it, throw it that lake. We observe that many stones leave no splash at all, gone, forgotten. Some stones leave ripples that become waves that shape the surface of that lake, even the shores beyond. Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, today I get to share with you a story 35 years in the making. A story of stones thrown that became ripples, that became waves, that shaped the shores of my life. Then, now, the year is 1989. Madonna's Like a Prayer is rapidly climbing the music charts. Neon fanny packs adorn the waist belts of acid wash jeans as far as the eye can see. And I am 7 years old. Now, on this particular day in 1989 was my favorite day of the week because it was the day that my mom, my 2-year-old brother, and I went to the grocery store in our small mountain hometown, Paradise, California. Now, I lived for this day because it's when I got to read my video game magazines. Very important to a 7-year-old boy. As you can imagine, it was my whole world. Now, on this fateful day, when we reached that grocery store, my mom went left to buy groceries, and I went right to aisle 11 to buy the magazines. And I lost myself in a reverie. Mario's karting, Sonic Hedgehogs spinning endlessly and freely. And I stayed too long in that reverie because when I looked up, my mom had already reached the checkout stand. This is a problem, you see, because I may have missed my narrow window to pitch her on buying one of these magazines for me. This is not good. So I immediately grabbed the closest Nintendo Power I could find, slicked back my little red mullet, hiked up those acid wash jeans, hustled right up to that checkout stand, and I found my mom crying, sobbing, desperately searching through her purse. This was so strange, very disconcerting for a little boy. Stranger still, though, was the cashier's actions. She was making these angry gestures I couldn't understand. She was pointing at my brother, pointing at my mom, pointing at me. And I couldn't understand it. I was so small and powerless. How we even got to the car, I don't know. But I remember the 3 things that my mom told me when we reached the safety of our station wagon, like they happened. I said, Mom. She said, Jonathan, we're using something called food stamps. Food stamps are something that families use when they need some groceries and some help. And sometimes people don't like families that use food stamps. That cashier didn't understand the stones she was throwing into my lake. She didn't understand the waves she was creating. But boy, that taught me something. That taught me a lot that day. The shame that came from those ripples lit a sort of nuclear fusion reactor of creation. That shame led me to become very entrepreneurial. I would buy candy bars from that same grocery store and sell them on the bus to buy my first Super Nintendo. That shame, that burning shame, led me to be very academically motivated, becoming the first college graduate with a single strand of my DNA in history. That shame, that burning shame, seared in my young soul like a cattle brand. That led me to get my very first job about as quick as I could at that same grocery store, working with the same cashier for 5 years. Awkward. Yes, it was very awkward. And yes, I eventually told her the story of the ripples. And her reaction changed my life. It wasn't what I expected. Her reaction was one of abject sorrow, pain, and apology. I came to learn that she was navigating an unbearable separation. And underneath all of that, the disordered use of alcohol. It was not an evil black dragon that attacked my mom that I couldn't defend her from. It was a person, hurting, bleeding, reeling, flailing, throwing stones she couldn't control. And that lesson in empathy has stuck with me. It has made me a more empathetic partner, a more empathetic parent to our perfect little 1-year-old girl, Alexis. It has made me a more empathetic, aspiring policymaker seeking to lessen the impact of the waves felt by families like mine, at whom stones are thrown, where those waves crash, for whom poverty is a dark demon waiting right there on the horizon, coming to take it all away. Have you ever been that child, confused? Have you ever been that cashier, chaotic? Have you ever been that mom in the middle of it all? So now let's come back to the forest. Let's wander back to the shore. Because in a moment, I'm going to hand you this, your next stone to throw. But before I do, I invite you to consider this. When you throw this stone, will it create waves that scald and scar like what poverty left on my life? Or will this stone create ripples of respect and love and empathy that are remembered and felt long after you and I fade away? Thank you.
We'll now have 1 minute for the judges to mark their ballot. Contestant number 4, please come to the stage. Contestant 4, can you see the timer?
Yes, I can.
Larry Miller, forgiveness is a gift to ourselves. Forgiveness is a gift to ourselves. Larry Miller.
I'm going to talk to you about an immense power and significance in our lives. Significance. Significance is not just a virtue we bestow on others. It is above all else a gift that we give to ourselves. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, we live in a world filled with complexities and challenges and interactions that sometimes lead to hurt and resentment. These emotions can fester within us and create a resentment that's heavy on our hearts and our minds. That resentment is so heavy, it feels like a backpack filled with stones. The person that hurt me the most in my life was Roy, my stepfather. He came into my life at age 5. My relative said that when he was going with my mother, I was the best kid in the whole world. When they got married, it was a 180-degree turnaround. He used to come home drunk just about every night, and I would get beat with a leather belt over and over again with the belt buckle in. One night he came home drunk. When I was about 10 years old, he was about an hour and a half past our normal dinner hour. And he found out that we had started eating before he got there. He went into a rage. He started beating my mother with his fists and dragging her around the kitchen by her hair. I mean, there was hair all over the place. I picked up a chair. I was going to hit him with it, but he heard me. He grabbed the chair out of my hand, started beating me about the head. Can you imagine living through something like that in your own home where you expect to be safe? I spent many, many years in therapy and personal growth workshops. I actually got to the point that I felt unconditional love for Roy. In case you missed that, I repeat, I actually got to the point of unconditional love for Roy. That unconditional love led to forgiveness. In 1988, Roy was in the Nebraska Veterans Hospital dying of leukemia. When I got there, the doctor said that Roy wanted to go home to die, but that his white blood cell count was too low and he couldn't let him go. I was able to spend 3 full days with Roy. I always lovingly had my hand on his arm. I talked to him. He just listened. I didn't talk about the past. I didn't need to. And at one point I said, I love you, Roy. Didn't say a word. I didn't need a response from him. On the 3rd day, I asked the doctor to run the white blood cell test again. No, it's a waste of time and money. Well, I insisted he run the test again. He came back shaking his head. I don't know how, but his white blood count is above normal and he can go home. Do you think my forgiveness causes white blood cell count to go up? 2 weeks later, Roy got his dying wish. He peacefully passed away at home. And because of my forgiveness, I too got a gift. I got rid of that backpack of resentment.
became my lighter self. How many of you have someone in your life that you need to forgive? You too could give yourself the gift of forgiveness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or condoning the actions that caused us pain. No. It's a conscious choice to choose love and compassion over resentment and animosity. When we extend forgiveness, we lighten our load, making room for personal growth and a renewed sense of well-being. Forgiveness is a powerful tool that allows us to see the humanity in others. It allows us to escape the pain of the past. It allows us to move forward into the bright new future we deserve. As you navigate the complexities of human relationships, remember, forgiveness is not just a virtue that we bestow on others. It is above all else a gift that you give to yourself. Madam Toastmaster.
We'll have 1 minute of silence for judges to mark their ballots. Thank you, timer. Please approach the stage. Can you see the timer?
Yes.
Tim Rufo, my mother-in-law, Bogamiwa. My mother-in-law, Bogamiwa, Tim Rufo.
Picture me 18 years ago in the magical city of Vienna, a young wanderer sporting a lion's mane, flowing blonde hair. Might be stretched to imagine now since I wear my hair short for convenience. Back then, that was me. And with that golden hair that would make Rapunzel jealous, I stumbled upon a fate, met my future wife at the University of Vienna. Future wife Ursula happened to be from Poland, and I found myself immersed in an incredible new family. We're starting a new chapter in our lives. And when I realized that she was the prize, the real jackpot was Bogumiła, my prospective mother-in-law. Fellow Toastmasters, contest chair. Imagine a library filled with books of all shapes and sizes, each containing a story waiting to be discovered. Select your favorite novel and contemplate the lead character. What qualities do you admire the most? These qualities not only define the character, they're the building blocks of their story. I'd like to share some chapters in the life of Bogumiła, whose remarkable qualities set an example for my own life. What qualities? Well, right off the bat, I have to say resilience. I still remember Bogumiła visiting us in our student home in Vienna. Ursula and I were just about to walk out to see Phantom of the Opera.
popped in some gummy bears, popped out my back tooth crown. I was worried. Didn't know though that respected mother, Bugumiwa, she was a seasoned crown veteran. She said, don't you worry. I know how it feels like to lose a crown. You know what happened to me last year? Walls into the New Year's Eve shining in Poland, like on a runway. 4-inch heels, kitty cat nails, black dress, a whole shebang. And then at the dinner table, I cracked and swallowed my front tooth crown. I couldn't keep my mouth shut any longer though. She continued, so I went to the bathroom, needed to do something about it. Tried to throw up. Couldn't do it. Don't ask me how. Found another way. Cleaned it up nicely. Found an old chain down on my purse, stuck it back in, and went on the dance floor like a t-shirt in disguise. Don't you worry about the back to crown. We'll fix that later. Another remarkable quality embodied by Bugumiwa is resourcefulness. Another visit in Vienna, went to student home kitchen table. She want to make a nice Polish version of Wiener Schnitzel. She goes to the grocery store. She knows exactly what she's looking for. There's only one ingredient missing, and she cannot think of the German word. So she's explaining with hand and feet to everyone what she's looking for. It's like bread in small pieces. Bread, but old and dry. Anyone? Breadcrumbs, all through it. How can you explain it? At the end, the entire supermarket went on a hunt to help her find that missing ingredient. Of course, they were successful. But the greatest quality was courage, shown during the most difficult time. She was long back in Poland, and Ursula and I am sitting at the student home kitchen table, studying for an exam. And she receives a text message from her brother. Call home, urgent. Dials a home number. Hey Dad, what's going on? I don't know what to tell you. What's happening? I just can't tell you. Please, just say it. Your mother, she has cancer, a rare form wrapped inside her head. The doctors give her a 10% chance to survive. Family searched for a doctor who knew how to treat this rare form, and they found one in Hungary. Bugumiwa faced treatment head on. She maintained a positive attitude, even encouraged her daughter to focus on the studies, not to worry about her. And after a long and hard battle, she survived and is completely cured. Bugumiwa's stories are not just tales. They are bookmarks that serve as reminders. Setbacks are not the final page, merely the end of a chapter. And resilience, like a reliable pen, helps us overcome these setbacks to continue writing our own story. Resourcefulness, a creative ink, turns challenges into plot twists to help find creative solutions. And at the core is courage, the hero in her book, giving strength and purpose, face each chapter with determination. Bugumiwa's stories reveal a character full of admirable traits and virtues, qualities worth aspiring. Our lives, our own unwritten stories, and just as authors shape the characters with qualities, we can cultivate the traits that define our unique narratives. You are the lead character. What qualities drive the plot in the story of your life? Who will you inspire? The story is in your hands. What tales will you tell? And what tales will others tell about you?
We'll have 1 minute of silence to mark the judges to mark the ballots. Thank you, timer. Contestant 6, please approach the stage. Can you see the timer?
Yes.
All right. Evelyn Lee, completing the connection. Completing the connection, Evelyn Lee.
Communication is a team sport. For example, if I was going to be speaking to my mom, I would start with a topic. Let's call this ball the topic. It's made up of complex sentences and interesting words. Then I pass the topic to mom. And my little 86-year-old Armenian mother catches the topic and attempts to create a response by reaching for the basket of words. But just as she's about to connect, dementia blocks the shot, sending the topic out of play. Dementia is a ruthless competitor. The Toastmasters, honored guests, Mom and I have found a few ways to stay in the communication game and keep connected. 5 years ago, Mom was diagnosed with Parkinson's related dementia, and she needed a lot of physical care. She could still enjoy a good conversation, but often struggled to find her words. Smart woman that she was, her alternative words were very creative. One day, I handed Mom a cup of water. She took a sip, made a face. Sweetie, it's too cold. Why don't we put the cup in the little castle and let it dance with the water for 1 minute? You know what she was requesting? I knew I really wanted to correct her and say, you mean microwave the water for 1 minute? But I knew from past experience that when I corrected her, it just made her feel frustrated and sad about her failing brain. Therefore, was it better for me to be right or to help her maintain her peace of mind? I kept my mouth shut, microwaved the water, brought Mom back her warm cup of water. She smiled her pretty smile of thanks, passed me a new topic, and we continued to chat, connecting. Dementia changed tactics, slowly stealing Mom's ability to understand words. 2 years ago, we were forced to change our conversation strategy again. I happened to be gabbing to Mom about some juicy family gossip. Blah, 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 blah. As I spoke, I noticed Mom's eyes getting really big. Her head was rearing back. It kind of looked like she was trying to escape all my words and negative stories. I stopped talking. Mom relaxed. She smiled apologetically. Too many words. I don't understand. How might you have responded if you heard that? I love my mom. And I love a word challenge. I stepped back onto that communication court. Little change in the game. This time I introduced a happy topic, one made up of short sentences and simple words. And I faced Mom as I passed the topic. And Mom, she nodded, she smiled, she even had a few words of response. Score! We were communicating again. But dementia never lets you win for long. It continued to steal the rest of Mom's word recognition. I found that out last May. Mom and I were sitting together in the pretty garden of her care home. We were enjoying the warmth of the sun. We could hear the little birds chirp, chirp, chirping in the trees. I looked around for a topic to discuss, saw a blue pot with yellow daisies. I turned to face Mom and said, yellow is your favorite color. Do you like the flowers? Mom looked back at me, eyes blank. That was a block to my heart. Without words, how could I communicate with her now? I looked at Mom, longing to connect, but dementia had defeated us. Now Mom continues to recognize facial expressions, and she must have seen the consternation on my face because there was a shift in her eyes from blank to soft. And then she found a way to communicate with me. She held open her arms for a hug. I leaned over and we hugged tightly. It felt really good to connect again. I've shared our stories with you because each year, 10 million people worldwide will be diagnosed with dementia. So if you're like me, you may be blessed to spend time with a loved one who's struggling to communicate. It can feel stressful, frustrating. If they repeat themselves one more time, breathe. Know you can do it. Your loved one wants to connect with you too. From personal experience and the advice of professional caregivers, avoid arguing. Be encouraging. If you can use short sentences, simple words, don't talk down to them, but do keep your topics happy. And remember to look at the person when speaking. When words are no longer understood, just let that conversation ball drop and pick up your loved one's hand instead. As Mom lovingly showed me, a warm hug, time spent together clearly expressed affection, completing the connection. Madam Toastmaster.
Judges, you've been previously given instructions for how to submit your ballots. If you have any questions, please privately contact the Chief Judge. We will now have an unlimited period of silence for the judges to complete and submit their ballots. Chief Judge, please indicate when all the ballots have been collected. Jacos, please help move the online ballot counters to the breakout room. And will ballot counters please accompany the chief judge for ballot reconciliation? Thank you. Timer, please post a red flag when the ballot reconciliation is complete. I don't know, I assume we're on the WhatsApp list. All right, it's time for our contestant interviews. Could I have the contestants please come up to the front? And also, if you take online contestants, can you?
We're afraid. Yeah. Online contestant? Yeah, Daniel, can you, yeah, can you spotlight the online one, Daniel?
Could you spotlight Lucy Chen?
Yes.
Thank you.
Lucy needs to, there we go.
Everybody? Yeah, oh, yeah.
Okay. Can everybody see Lucy?
Yeah. Yes.
Fabulous.
A little bit closer. Yeah.
Oh, I guess we're having a photo session.
1, 2, 3. 5, 4, 3. Yep.
Thank you, David. So the first questions will be the same for each of you, and then we'll, time permitting, we'll get into more specific. So Philip, how long have you been a Toastmaster? What club are you representing today?
Representing Rockridge Toastmasters. I began Toastmasters 2013, so that would be 11 years.
Thank you. How about you, Larry? Oh, it's Lucy. Sorry.
Yeah, I represent the El Cerrito Toastmasters Club. I've been with the Toastmasters overall for 15 years.
Okay, John. How long have you been a Toastmaster and what club are you representing today?
Well, I'm more excited to talk about my club than my time because it's not 15 years. I'm with City Speech back here, the folks that received that banner earlier today. I actually was a member of Toastmasters about 5 years after high school, helped me overcome big health problems and become an actual confident speaker. And now I've been back for about a year.
Excellent, thank you. What club are you representing and how long have you been a Toastmaster?
Venetia Capital Speakers 2080 is my club. I'm just fairly new in the Toastmasters. I joined in 1993.
How about you, Tim? What club are you representing and how long have you been a Toastmaster?
I'm with the Diablo Champagne Breakfast Club. And I'm with Toastmaster for about 5.5, 6 years.
Thank you. How about you?
I am representing Amador Valley Toastmasters. And I have been a Toastmaster 18 years.
So Philip, what, do you have a system or method for creating memorable speeches?
Great question. Yeah, I think over the years I've learned like how to either put a speech together or put a story together. And one of the things that I've done when I joined Toastmaster was become like a student of studying like rhetoric books and speaking books to kind of really hone my own system. But I think if there's one system that I really can give everyone here and I give myself is I read poetry aloud. And I find that for those who always have nightmares about vocal variety, there's no better practical way to really improve that. So that's one thing I do.
Excellent, thank you. What about you? Brian? Do you have a system or method for a memorable speech?
I do, I open up OpenAI and I. GPT again. No, I really just look for a story that resonates with the point that I'm trying to make. I spent a lot of my life as a leader in very corporate settings like Apple and Amazon. And I found pretty quickly that most executives really struggle with telling a story. And usually it's statistics and it's do this because I want you to do this, not here's why you should do this. So start with why. Let's go back to Sandra. Thank you. Start with why and then tell a story around the why.
Thank you. I know you guys like it in order, right? Lucy.
Yeah,
Lucy,
can you repeat your question earlier? I didn't capture the question.
I certainly will. Would it help if I? So Lucy, do you have a system or methodology for creating a memorable speech?
Great question. All of my speeches are based on my personal stories, mostly. And I feel that telling a story can help us to connect with audience because each one of us, we speak out of our own heart. A lot of time we focus ourselves, but really the purpose of the speech is about the audience. It's not about how brilliant we are, it's about how relevant, how touching your stories and the connection with the audience. So I always search the past experience and also life events that can really be relevant and connect with audience. So storytelling, to answer your question.
Thank you, Lucy.
Thank you.
Same question to you. Do you have a system or methodology for creating a memorable speech?
Well, I'm sort of like Lucy. I look at my life and I spent 21 years in the Navy, so I have a lot of stories that I could. Well, there's some that you wouldn't be wanting to tell. But I agree that it's this, your personal stories is what really connects with everyone. And it doesn't matter whether it's a happy story, a sad story, or any other kind of story. That's what really connects with people, and that's what I really work on.
Thank you, Larry. And Tim, same question to you. Do you have a system or methodology for creating a memorable speech?
It's kind of very similar here, so I also try to focus on stories. I'm trying to find some humor in situations that is important within the stories, and also maybe something emotional that captures the audience. So the humor, emotional, and then the storytelling, that's a good combination.
Thank you.
What do you know? I create speeches by starting with a story. But I noticed that the audience needs to have a point, so I have to sharpen that. But I also enjoy, and this is only in the last few years, to make it more memorable, get the audience involved. Ask them questions or phrase something in a mysterious way, and you can see them starting to think, or set up a joke and then crack them up. Some way to get the audience connected will help my message get across as well.
Thank you. Philip, I know you like to work out. I find when I walk, I am rehearsing speeches, maybe creating speeches as I walk. Do you use that time when you're working out to focus on speeches?
That's a great question, because I actually do. I think that one of the things that when we give in speeches and we're practicing, one of the ways to make the speech come natural is we want to internalize it. And I find by walking on the treadmill and practicing my speech, the speech gets internalized. And that way I never have to look at notes. And yes, I memorize it, but more importantly, I internalize it by walking on the treadmill. So great question.
Yeah, again, can
Lucy,
you
you have
repeat
three-
it? Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
You have 3 book awards. So what are those awards that you received and which was the hardest to attain?
Excellent question. So I published my book the end of last year. So here it is, my book. This is my first English book, even though English is not my native language. Very proud of myself. Later on, I applied for awards. The first one that I won is called International Impact Book Award. The second one was held in Singapore. It's called Golden Gate Award, and I won a silver medal under the category of spirituality and self-help. Number 3, I just won several weeks ago, is called Pen Craft Spring 2024. And it's also similarly under the self-development and self-help book. It's a great book. I highly recommend everyone read it and give me an honest review. Yeah, so those are the awards, and thank you so much for allowing me to share it.
And I think it's safe to say AI is your passion. I know you've given a talk at one of my clubs, the Soaring Eagles, which is a university club. So if anybody wants to mentor university students in computer science and so on, this would be your spot. So John, if you could go back, I know you've hired a lot of AI and gaming folks and been one with USC and MIT. If you could go back in time and give those students and new hires advice, what would it be now?
So you've chosen my favorite question to answer, but not in 30 seconds. Play with AI. You have no chance of being the master. You wake up at 9 a.m. and be the best in the world with AI, and by 5 p.m. you'd be obsolete. Your only hope is to play with it and use it for things that are important to you. And in doing so, you will teach it how to be important to you. So play, make music, make poetry, practice your speech with that poetry. Whatever you do, just play and you will win. That's what I would tell them.
Oh. Larry, you were E9, which is a Master Chief in the Navy, and that's quite an accomplishment. And then you went on to get the President's Award for the Vitus Volunteer for Hospice. Was there any connection between that Navy E9 Master Chief job and the hospice?
Definitely, because of the fact that I always had a drive, and Roy was the one that really put it into my psyche to always be as best as you can. That might not be the top of anything else, but be the best you can. And in the Navy, the enlisted rating goes E1 to E9. That's the highest you go. And I made it in 17 and a half years, and people retire in 30 years at usually the E8, E7, 6 level. And so in 2008, I started into hospice. I started volunteering for hospice. I've been volunteering ever since. And one of the things that I find, that is my passion. That is what I was brought into this world for, is to assist people in their passing and in their grief. I do a lot of bereavement calls. And I just did what I really love doing. And they gave me the award. I don't know.
It's quite an honor. Thank you. So, Tim, you like to hike and read and watch motivational videos. Now, are you planning to have your own motivational videos? I could see it.
Well, I'm an auditor, so I need to motivate myself. The work that I'm doing, I like to hike and read, to do simple things with my family that gets me away from work. Including Toastmasters, it's not a simple thing, but it's also getting me away from all the work, so. But I'm not planning on any motivational videos for now.
Okay. So Evelyn, you climbed the tallest point in 49 states. So this is a two-part question. Which is the highest one and which one felt like the highest one when you were actually doing it?
The highest one in the contiguous United States is Mount Whitney, California. You'll have to tell me the total height, I can't, 14,000. Yeah, 491. And what was the second? And
Which one felt like it was the hardest as you were doing it?
Mount Rainier, toughest thing I have ever done. It's glaciated, you have to be in rope teams, you're wearing helmets. They had to split us up because when partners argue, you'll go tumbling down the mountain. But I quite it, by the end, I said, I hope this is the time. I can't take any more than that. But anyway, I feel, and it was great, my husband and I, that we got to see so much of the country. It took us to the highest point in each state and places we never might have seen, and gorgeous views and amazing mountaintops. And the lowest, or I think one of the lowest, is in Rhode Island. It's just this guy's backyard. 4 times a year, he opens the gate, and those of us who were there get to go in and take a picture.
Thank you. Lisa. Okay. All right, back to you, Philip. So you like this quote that your income will catch up with your passion. Could you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, well, we're all tempted to see things around us and want to pursue pathways that will lead us to, let's say, material or external things that we feel may bring us fulfillment. But as I've lived life in terms of pursuing things that bring me joy and bring me passion, I've yet to not have the income follow. And I think that's very important because we can find ourselves leaning against the wrong wall, as Stephen Covey said in his book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. We go down a pathway we think it's going to bring us a source of fulfillment, when we can have kind of like the inkling that it's not really doing it for us, but we're doing it for a different motive. So that's just my encouragement, is let your passion lead the way and your income will catch up with. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Lucy, you have also a quote that we have no control over our lives. It's how you respond that matters. Have you ever had a situation where that played out?
Definitely.
You gave some in your speech, but
Yeah, can you hear me?
yes, we can hear you.
I mean, the situations that it is described in my speech, of course, fall into that
Of
category,
course.
right? Uncontrollable situation. And also, right now I'm in LA. We were about to attend the college graduation ceremony for my daughter, but things changed, right? Because the protests, so the ceremony changed the venue, changed the time. A lot of times that things like happen, it's uncontrollable. It's not in our control, right? But still, I try to be optimistic, and I shared, embrace optimism, and I shared that with my daughter. Enjoy life here, enjoy the gathering with your friends and also family here, and we all love you, that kind of thing. So always look at the bright side of life.
Is this part of your coaching too?
Yes, I'm a coach, career coach and executive coach as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I could kind of feel that. So John, what is your crowning AI achievement, would you say? I'm gonna keep pushing you, it's because I know you've got something to tell, right? You got an award? You
Well-
launched something recently?
I would say my first significantly paid speech was on AI at USC, which was all because of Toastmasters. So I would say that would be a combination of those things. Thank you so much. Yes. Yeah, credit speakers for saying it out loud. Way beyond that, the ability to blow people's minds, to show someone magic for the first time in a long time. The first time that somebody, you remember the first time you saw ChatGPT write a poem or song, or you saw Midjourney or DALL-E 2 or Stable Diffusion create art, and you're just like, nah, that didn't do that. There's somebody on the other side actually writing that. No, it is actually an algorithm that did it. And so I would say that my crowning achievement is almost on a daily basis, getting to watch people's minds get blown all over the walls and then watch them put the pieces back together and realize the world is not what it was before November 20th, 2022. It won't be there again.
Well, your 1-year-old daughter's got. Got a
She
good
will
answer.
do everything.
Oh, my goodness. All right. For Larry, I'm gonna see if I can say this correctly, numismatic.
Mispractice.
Numismatist.
You miss.
What is it? It's a coin expert. Am I
Yes.
right?
You're right.
Okay. So what is this fascination with coins? Because it's not just a coin collector. You are an expert. You're a super knowledgeable person on this.
Yes, I was at one time a coin dealer in Virginia. When I was back there in the Navy. I was in the Navy, but I just felt like I needed to do other things. And so I got involved in coins. Actually, when I first had my first job at the supermarket in Nebraska. And I was the bagger. And they would give me a tip for bagging their groceries. And so I would start saving those. And then I started to find out that, hey, some of these are worth more than just a nickel, more than just a dime. And so I really got involved in it, and I'm a lifetime member of the International Numismatic Society. And when I was in Virginia, I was stationed in Virginia for about 2 years. Then I got together with one of the coin dealers there and became one of his partners in going to coin shows and selling coins. And one of the funniest things that we had going for us was we actually on the counter, we had a buffalo nickel that we glued to the counter. And then you'd see these people come in and they say, well, I want to talk about, and you know, you see them trying to put their hand over or around it, trying to pull it out. It was a lot of fun.
So Tim, you say that the nearer you are to fear, the stronger you become, essentially. So what do you do? What kind of tools do you use to clear your mind?
We all have a lot of distractions going on, demands, kids, emails, work emails. And so I like to just calm down and focus on what is important. And it's always for me, family comes first. And just trying to calm everything down. I think that is what I like to do, because we're just too hectic nowadays and everyone wants to have everything done very fast. But that is usually not going to be 100% correct. So it's better to calm down, then it's a good way to approach a lot of things.
Thank you, Tim. Well, you was going to the speech contest. You've taken a couple of District 57 awards, a humorous speech and evaluation speeches. So what, and you also feel like you should be taking, I think you said, take care of my future self. So is that a vision of your future self, or is that just your lifestyle such that you would be a better person in the future?
That's the saying I came up with, because in my youth, I was a procrastinator. If it was something that was difficult to do, homework, chores, later, and then when last minute it would be stress and, oh, why didn't I start it earlier? Well, at some point along the way in my life, I figured out, if I start taking care of things as soon as I know I need to do them, life is good. So be kind to your future self.
Thank you. Thank you. You're going to turn over the content. Our content co-chair, Ananda. Thank you, Ananda.
Thank you very much, Kate. Well, we are happy for this grand finale. Before we move ahead, there's a lot of tons of people I need to recognize, I need to acknowledge. First of all, okay, is this working? How do you work?
Turn it on, yeah.
Hello? Yeah. 1 second. Well, first of all, to begin with, I would like to acknowledge the group. I was part of a 3% group to bring this together. We call that co-chair, contest co-chair. Venkat. Thanks, Aljo. Thanks. Can you stand, please? Can you stand? Can you stand, please? Please. Can you stand? Very good. I'm very grateful to you. Venkat, you're supposed to be here. Can you say a few words, very short, to recognize the audience who have gathered here?
Thank you, Ananda. It's my pleasure to be here. Unfortunately, I could not be there in person because of some reasons, but I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to help with the contest throughout the past few months and today as well. And I see that the contest has really gone on really well. And I thank everybody. I can't see anybody who's there in person, but I thank everybody to have attended the contests and made it a success. And a huge appreciation for Ananda, who did all the work in the last month because I couldn't do many of it. And of course, Hans. We make a good team. Thank you all.
We all love you. We love you. On the behalf of the audience, we love you, Venkat. And so this was a wonderful camaraderie. We started the journey, I think, in October, November. And we brought it to an end today. Next, I would like to acknowledge Sally Philbin, Program Quality Director.
Here. Here. Right there.
Oh, yeah, and Ed Cullen, District Director. I'll say something. Because we were in some evening meetings with Sally, they have those 1 hour, 2 hour meetings in the evening. And I was there, she was there, and I think 1 or 2 more persons were there. And she casually mentioned about this. She talked. I casually, I didn't say yes, I didn't say no, but I showed an interest. Okay, something. At that moment, I didn't know what I was getting into. Honestly, I didn't know I was getting into, but she persuaded me. I'm very grateful to you, Sally, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Lot more, I would like to some more people Toastmaster cake. for being with us. Their father-in-laws, Narendra Patel and Abhishek Chaturvedi, they are here. Tiger, Lisa Fairchild, Vicky Cooper, Janice Khan. The ballot counters, Susan Colburn, Elliot Rogers, Takshaki Ford, Srinivasa Mainemi. That's a vote. Kathleen is at the back. Daniel who is online and Erika. I'm very happy. I took part in it. I have no regrets. I'm very happy, extremely happy. I have met many of you, most of you, many of you online. Many of you. I know by name, I know by face, but this is the first opportunity I have to meet you in person, including Elliot Rogers. I'm working with him in another group, but this is the first time I met him and Lisa and Miller, Larry Miller. So we are in another group. So first time, I'm very grateful. Now coming to the announcements of the winners. The final thing. To begin with, there are no disqualifications. So my message to all the international speech contestants, when I read your name, please stand up and come to the front of the room if you are in person. And if you are online, please turn on your video, but please keep your video off. No, other keep the video off. But, sorry, for the anybody I mentioned who is online, to keep your video on, but others keep it off. And my other request is please keep your applause until all the winners have been announced. Okay, now the grand finale. The first place is Larry Miller. Larry Miller. Second place is. Oh, sorry. That's a mistake. Oh, sorry.
Maybe Daniel again in the middle.
Sorry.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
The second place winner is Evelyn Lee. Thank you very much. And the first place winner is John.
Okay, and then a picture of the screen.
Okay. The first place winner, John will represent District 7 at the regional contest. I don't know the date. And the event, the first place winner is unable to participate, and John is unable to participate. The next highest level placed contestant will take John's place. Thank you all for attending and spending your time here today with us. The contest is adjourned, but you can all stay.
We are going to take a
And we will continue. Yeah, Carry on, sir.
The event's not over, folks. The event is not over. We're still at the tail end of the conference.
Yeah, so everybody come to the podium and take group picture.
Okay, so I will. Yeah, I'm sorry, wait, hang on just a minute. I'm not remembering, but the two clubs that were announced as distinguished so far, I wanted them to come up and walk around, and then also include, we didn't include Quick Connections, who is already president's distinguished. So representatives from the three clubs, just come up with for applause, walk across the stage and off. Are you here? Is Deborah here from Quick Connections? All right. So everyone, here's a quick announcement that's important. The next announcement is actually important. Well, the other one was too. So we have a post toasties plan for after this event. And it is at the Round Table Clubhouse Pizza parlor place that's like within 2 or 3 minutes of here. If you would, we have a space reserved there. And if you would like to go and order a large or extra large pizza, you can get $7 off if you text pizza and then send that text to 73722. All right. And we also have to look at the camera. We also have a Zoom link for people that are online. I'm going to have my laptop set up. So if you would like to join us as virtual pizza party people, we'll have a Zoom link and you can chat with each other and chat with us and listen and all of that stuff. So I would like to thank Cynthia Stott and Lisa Thompson for being the conference chairs. Was this not phenomenal for a first hybrid conference for District 57? And they are the ones that recruited this incredible team. I mean, the incredible team that oversaw and did educational sessions. Thank you, Cynthia Ye. And did the tech stuff. Thank you, David Dye and Daniel and Kat. Thank you. These folks were recruited, okay, and said yes. So these two teams, Venkat and Ananda, it's all about people volunteering and saying yes. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Ed is predisposed, so let's all come up for a picture. Let's do it. Oh. Is there any way to get? Is there any way to get the Zoom people?
Yeah, it's done to some of their video.
Everyone on Zoom, please turn on your videos. Please turn on your videos so we can get the picture.
I mean, the video could be done.
Hello, everybody, come to the podium. Hello. Right, hey back. Hey. Come back up the podium, take a picture, line up. Hello, yeah. Okay. Everybody going to join the group picture. Okay, come on. The sooner we finish, the sooner we go to what's wrong? Hello. Where's the end again? End. No, this is not the right ones. Not this one, another one. It should be another one. I just remove it out. Yeah. I used to be here.
And more people will see. And if we follow it.